Okay, here we go. Hey, channel. Today is the something, hmm, August the 2nd. And, I am going to make another video for the benefit of mankind. That's one reason. And the other reason is just because something came to my attention. So, it's story time. And not just for the glory of telling a story, but because it actually might help somebody, or it might be educational. So you are looking at a copy of a, here's my hand, so that's how big it is, 11 by something. You're looking at a copy of, it's a print that was actually made by the auction house that sold the original for 9,000 something dollars. So this is a copy of that poster. And this at the time, which was like 2007, was determined by the worldwide collectors to be the oldest James Brown poster, like from the late 50s. And the reason I'm mentioning this without telling the whole story as to how I know is because of this story that I've been hearing on the internet about the I think it was Anthropic has decided to grab up, as they say, all these books. Like if you're a book collector or libraries or whatever, they're grabbing up all these first edition books and tearing off the binders, copying them all online in their thingy-do for the data center to get stuffed up, I guess, and then they're throwing away the book itself. So anyway, some of the guys are on there right now talking about whether it means anything is important or not. And Leron said, he said it wasn't really a big issue. Other people are saying it. And so that got me to thinking of these posters, because how could a piece of paper, this is a boxing style poster, how could a piece of paper be worth $9,000, you might ask? So if you want to hear the full story, let me know. But the other thing is, if you have in your collection an original boxing style poster or any original piece of paper, it is worth fucking millions of fucking dollars. And when this one sold at the New York auction at It's Only Rock and Roll was the auction house, it's still going, it then got sold somewhere overseas. And there's a image of this. I should be showing the catalog that this is in. So just to say, there are collectors out there, and I accidentally found them. So I got the key to the people. It put me through a lot of drama to accidentally find out okay, let me be nice. Not a pack of wolves, but there's collectors. So the reason I'm saying this story is because when those guys were talking about the books themselves not being that important, one guy was saying, oh, it doesn't matter, it'll be online. Everyone else is freaking out about how they can change it. Well, that's fucking true, because wait, there's 2 points. One is one of the collectors, there's like a dozen of them that I ran into. They all fight over these, and they keep closets full of these suckers. It's where they store their money. And one of them said, though, that they go after old music posters that they were a fan, okay? They buy, sell, and trade them amongst each other to make them worth a lot of money. And there's a whole science and formula as to why this one was worth a lot. We didn't know. And you guys know the antique business is pretty much that. But I just want to get to the point where one of the collectors said it's like cocaine to them. They have to have the original piece of paper to touch and feel and smell and look at on their walls. If you live in Chico, California, like about 20 years ago, there was a guy, I can't even remember his name right now, but he was one of the collectors, and he had a, what's a nice name for a pawn shop? He had a pawn shop. Uh, he paid me in gold for this. They buy, sell, and trade in gold. They'll send you a box, special delivery with fucking gold in it. I'm just saying, on the internet. It's no secret, I guess. Oh my God. There's so much of this story, it's crazy. But what I'm saying is, if you have vintage books that have a hard cover, and you think they're not worth anything, and they might be, you better keep them now, especially because these fucking billionaires are destroying the originals. So they couldn't figure out why. So I thought, well, maybe that's because, as a side effect of what they say they don't need them, is they'll now create even more of a rare book market, right? Give the impression that the history is being wiped out and everything, whatever little evidence you have left, then they're gonna fucking put value on. These billionaires put value on material objects when they want to. And they're collectors, they have nothing better to do. So it's like, oh, a lot of people like, oh, this is really why, because I have to make this other video. Okay, this poster was part of what is known as the Overtone Collection, Overtone, because that's whose family had, and that's the proof I have. This is all because of me. This drama happened, and so it was published in the catalog where this was being sold. I hope someone's interested in this, because you might be someone with a collection, you don't know it's worth anything. So, but it's only rockandroll.com is their website. And I learned so much in a crash course, because I tried to, I'm getting off the track. What was I going to say? I tried to sell this thing on eBay. Oh, it's a long story. I didn't know what it was worth, and they fought over it. So I'm just trying to warn you guys. If you know anyone that has vintage posters from before 1960 and stuff. Anyway, but I wanted to get back to why it relates to this AI thing. Okay, because yes, they had the original. Okay, this one. One of the collectors told me there are, at that time, 2007, there were like 3 printers in the world. Where am I? 3 printers in the world that could duplicate these. What did he say? They counterfeit them, is what I'm trying to get at. So this is from Globe Poster, and I was told how, like, if you want to decorate your house and you go online to one of these poster shops, you know, and you can buy a print of all kind of anyone famous you like, a lot of that is counterfeit printed. I found out. They don't have permission from the original owner of the template that did this. I found out that about Globe Poster. Just saying. It's enough time's gone by where I can talk about it, because so I went online to look and see if the story about Overtone Collection was anywhere online, and there's not a trace of it. So this is what they're talking about. If they erase the original source of whatever, because there's a bunch of more posters in this collection that are running around the planet, and who did they originally belong to? Not me, but so the narrative could be changed and controlled if you can't even go online and look it up either. I just realized someone else could step up and say the collection was in their family. Oh my God, I just realized that. If they if there was any design to erase the origin of vintage stuff and all that, and who was the original owner, oh my God. Now, why do I think like that on YouTube? I'm just going freestyle. right now, thinking of this stuff, because I'm listening to these guys freaking out about library or, books. So what are they going to do? Buy out all the libraries? I got to go down to my library and see how much they've heard of that story. Because my library sells old books I think nobody wants anymore. Just treasures, there's treasures. But there's so many. It's not. Anyway, I'm just saying. Okay, so, and it didn't have this blue tape around there. That's the other reason I'm filming this, because when this sold at auction, It's Only Rock and Roll, the guy that blah 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 asked if I wanted a print. I said yes. So he paid me a percentage of that 9,000, and then sent me this copy that was made, I don't know, under the table maybe, because I don't think you can find a copy of this for sale. I was just looking around on eBay to see, and then I typed in on YouTube, and one of the collectors is on there showing off some that he has. I know him, but it's 13-year-old video. But what I'm saying is that they buy from innocent people on eBay or somewhere that are auctioning shit off. They don't know what it's worth. Oh, I'll give you $500. Oh, wow, whoa. And then they take that and they sell that to the billionaires and the jets, is how it was told to me. But there's levels of people that are hunting down all the time, and probably still. I mean, it's probably even more of a market. In fact, this sucker is probably worth even more. In fact, the auction house said to me, it'll probably sell for $20,000. And it didn't. Why? Because when the final thing happened, the group of them did not bid up on it because they weren't sure if there were copies or not. So if there's no copies, it's worth even more. So all you book holders, don't get rid of your books, man. And that's what will happen with them. They'll go around buying up your fucking old books on eBay. They'll be worth even more. I'm not saying they're going to do that, but maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm just full of it. But I watched this shit happen, and it was dangerous. Like they were fighting over what I had access to the point of one guy looking up, like a Palantir guy, looking up my friend's grandmother and going to her house with no permission. I had to call up this billionaire's son somewhere on his fucking yacht. Excuse me. This is fun to talk about it. And tell him to leave us alone. How dare he do that? And then he whimpered, well, I can have a chance too. I don't care, man. That's the best story if I told you guys. But it was an accident that I discovered this whole thing just because I put something on eBay just to see what it might be worth. It was a gift from the owner of the collection. And that owner of the collection is talked about in the Overtone Collection story, which is written about in the catalog that I have in my closet, which is getting all damaged. That's why I was looking up on the internet, because I thought, oh, my book's getting all damaged. I can't seem to hold on to shit. And this too. This is like, it's so damaged, and it's a rare thing. So I wonder if the image on this video is going to attract any attention on my views. Okay, folks, it's real smoky out here in Arizona today. And I don't think there's a local fire, but anyway, it's real hot. So I hope everybody's all right. Okay, anyway, yeah, if I learned the hard way, we learned the hard way how to find the people that'll give you the most money for what you have. And any old music posters before 1960, especially, any of those, I still got the name and addresses of the certain ones. Like one collector his specialty was the psychedelic LSD stuff, and the other one this, and the other one that. One of them, his specialty, but and this collection was a history of the black music and entertainment Chitlin Circuit, as they called it. This was at the Mambo Club. Maybe somebody watching this video will remember Ray Overton, whose grandson, Ray Overtone, is who I'm talking about. Hey, Ryo. I'm putting all this stuff online that's like in this little house of mine out in the middle of nowhere. And if there was a fire, it'd be gone. But so this, you have to record the story, and there's not going to be a fire of it. And so I just thought maybe I better do it for the benefit of mankind.